Why do many artworks in Islam always feature a faceless figure? In fact, this faceless figure represents the founder of Islam, Prophet Muhammad. In Islamic culture, idol worship is not allowed. In their view, only Allah should be worshipped and revered. Prophet Muhammad himself opposed the making of his portraits and statues, as it could lead people into vanity and shallow idol worship, causing them to forget Allah's teachings and the teachings of Islam. Today, let's take a few minutes to understand the founding journey of Muhammad and this mysterious and often misunderstood religion, Islam. On April 24, 571 AD, Muhammad was born into the Hashim clan in Mecca. The Hashim family was a prominent and respected family at that time. Their ancestor, Hashim, was not only a wealthy merchant, but also a leader of the local tribe. He was generous and charitable, providing free help and protection to many vulnerable groups in the area. As a result, the Hashim family in Mecca was highly respected by the people. Even today, the Hashim family still holds important positions within the Saudi Arabian royal family. Despite coming from a prestigious background, Muhammad's childhood was not perfect. Muhammad's father passed away shortly after his birth, and his mother also died when he was 6 years old. His grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, who later took care of him, also passed away soon after. Therefore, Muhammad was raised by his uncle, Abu Talib. Despite the family's prominence, his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, also passed away shortly. So Muhammad followed his uncle from a young age. Abu Talib grew up, even though the family is prominent. However, in the social context of the time, only the eldest son had the right to inherit property. Muhammad, who followed his uncle, lived in poverty, so he had to herd sheep from a young age to support his family. Until he was 12 years old, Muhammad started trading with his uncle. He had been to places like Syria and Palestine. During this process, he came into contact with many Jewish merchants, as well as Christian believers, and also encountered a monotheistic faith different from the Arabian region. Regarding this period of his youth, many Islamic historians have recorded he once met a Christian named Bahira. This Christian boldly prophesied that he would become a prophet in the future. In the year 595 AD, the 25-year-old Muhammad encountered the woman who would change his destiny, the widow Khadijah. At that time, Khadijah was nearly 40 years old. She has been married twice. Thanks to her two previous wealthy merchant husbands, left her a substantial inheritance. She also became the wealthiest woman in the region. However, in the social context of the time, women were unable to participate in caravan trade. Therefore, Khadijah had to choose to hire a man as her agent to conduct business on her behalf. Employed by Hetchers, Muhammad demonstrated exceptional abilities. Khadijah also proposed to Muhammad. After marriage, Muhammad often went to nearby caves for meditation and contemplation. In the year 610 AD, at the age of 40, while meditating, he encountered a great angel named Jibril, also known as Gabriel. Gabriel told him he brought revelations from Allah and declared to him, "You have been chosen by Allah as the final prophet." Quote, illiterate Muhammad unexpectedly spoke up, uncontrollably revealed those divine revelations, and these revelations were the precursor to the Quran. Muhammad returned home in great fear. He shared this strange experience with his wife. His wife was willing to believe. The kind Muhammad encountered the messenger of God. Thus, Khadijah became the first follower of Islam. She had a Christian cousin who, upon hearing about this, also believed that Muhammad was the prophet foretold by Jesus Christ. 3 years later, in 613 AD, Muhammad began preaching openly, proclaiming the divine revelations and his prophetic mission. The naming of Islam was also established during this period. The term, Islam, actually, it is our transliteration of Arabic. In Arabic, the term Islam carries the connotations of following, obedience, and peace. And those who follow Islam are called Muslims. Its meaning is one who submits, practices peace and goodness, and they believe in the one God, Allah. In fact, it is the same God as in Judaism and Christianity. The term Allah in Arabic is a reference to God, and not a name of God. It carries the same meaning as the God in English. In the early days of Muhammad's preaching, the Muslim community in Mecca was not welcomed, leading to many acts of robbery and persecution against the Muslim community. In the midst of the conflict between the two sides lies the most sacred place of Islam today, the Kaaba. The earliest Kaaba was dedicated to the god Hubal. Among them were 360 idols. Each idol corresponded to one day of the year. In a previous video, we have introduced, due to the harsh conditions of the Arabian Peninsula, lack of resources, The various tribes of the Arabs often erupted into conflicts over water sources and land. But in the Mecca region, all Arab tribes would collectively come here every year for pilgrimage. To avoid disputes, it was stipulated, within a radius of 20 miles around the Kaaba, any violent behavior was prohibited. Therefore, the Mecca region also became a trading center at that time. It can be said that whoever controlled the Kaaba controlled the wealth and power of Mecca for the legitimacy and authority of their own beliefs. Islam and the local elites engaged in fierce disputes. The Islamic faith preached by Muhammad demanded that the Quraysh return to the right path, eliminate existing idol worship. At that time, in control of the Quraysh were the nobles of the Quraysh tribe. They naturally would not give up their power and their means of making a living. The relatively vulnerable Muslim community suffered a lot of persecution until the year 619 AD. Muhammad's uncle and wife passed away one after another. He also lost two crucial supporters. The local nobles accelerated the persecution of the Muslim community until the year 622 AD. Muhammad, who escaped an assassination attempt, led the Muslims, migrated to Medina over 300 kilometers away. In Medina, Muhammad made agreements with various tribes, signing a series of mutually agreed upon treaties, established an alliance with oneself as the leader. Under this alliance, the Muslim community also needs to abide by a series of laws. And this Muslim organization that combines politics and religion is called the Ummah. And this year is also the first year of the Islamic calendar. Based on the common beliefs of Islam, the Muslims here often pray towards the direction of Jerusalem. Thus, the first Islamic place of worship, which is what we commonly refer to as a mosque, the devout worship of the believers, actually originates from the miraculous journey of Muhammad to the heavens. And Muhammad's footsteps did not stop there. In the next episode, we will explore together the legend of Muhammad's miraculous journey to the heavens and the military campaigns of Islam. Stay tuned as I take you through a simplified view of philosophy. Friends, see you next time on STRICE.